When was Pope Francis elected? In this video, we will explore one of the most significant moments in recent church history, the election of Pope Francis. The election of Pope Francis was a moment that captured the attention of millions around the world, marking the beginning of a new era for the Catholic Church. The conclave and the election process. Pope Francis was elected on March 13, 2013, after a brief but intense conclave that took place following the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI. This was a historic event in itself, as Pope Benedict XVI was the first pope in over 600 years to resign from the papacy, which set the stage for a new election. The conclave, a secretive and sacred process, involves cardinals from all over the world gathering in the Sistine Chapel to elect a new pope. After intense deliberation, the cardinals vote, and when a two-thirds majority is reached, white smoke rises from the chimney of the chapel, signaling to the world that a new pope has been chosen. The moment of election. The moment Pope Francis was elected, the world watched in anticipation as the white smoke billowed from the Sistine Chapel, signaling that a new pope had been chosen. The announcement came shortly afterward with the famous words, "Habemus Papam, we have a pope." At 76 years old, Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio of Argentina, who chose the papal name Pope Francis, was elected. His election was remarkable for several reasons. Not only was he the first Jesuit pope in history, but he was also the first pope from the Americas and the Southern Hemisphere. His election symbolized a new direction for the Church, emphasizing humility, simplicity, and a focus on the poor and marginalized. The significance of Pope Francis' election. Pope Francis' election was seen as a turning point in the Catholic Church. His choice of the name Francis, after Saint Francis of Assisi, reflected his commitment to living a life of poverty, simplicity, and care for the environment. His leadership has been marked by a focus on interfaith dialogue, social justice, and a more inclusive approach to the Church's teachings. Pope Francis' election was not only a moment of religious significance but also a pivotal moment for global Catholicism, symbolizing a shift toward greater openness and a more pastoral, compassionate approach to faith. Pope Francis was elected on March 13, 2013, and since that moment, he has become one of the most influential religious figures in the world. His papacy has been marked by a deep commitment to reform, outreach, and compassion for those in need. His election was not just the beginning of a papacy, it was the start of a new chapter in the history of the Catholic Church.